All right, so this is gonna be a long one. All right, this lady took off her stitches. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play her entire video about why men hate women, according to her. And then we're gonna break down. 'Cause I literally wrote notes about everything she said because it was baffling at the level of lies she was saying. Like it was baffling. I couldn't believe she was lying this bad. Roll the tape.
On the topic of women not really understanding how much men dislike them, I just want to tell you guys some of the things that I've heard men say to me as somebody who used to have a ton of male friends, mostly male friends, and at one point probably all male friends, because I used to tell myself that they were less drama than girls and that I get along with the boys better. And in hindsight, it was so pick me and so cringy. But at the time, I didn't even realize that that's what was going on. And mind you, I was raised to be feminist. I was raised to be liberal. I was raised by a strong ass Gen X single mother. So that's how insidious misogyny and patriarchy is. It seeped into even my brain, and I don't even know how the fuck that happened because I've never liked these niggas. But I want to tell you guys some of the things that they say about us behind closed doors. If you already know what they say, you can keep scrolling. But this is mainly for those naive ass girls who were probably raised religious because, again, like I said, being raised religious as a woman makes you a dumbass, and that's by design. It's not your fault, but you were raised to be a stupid bitch because probably you were raised with religion. And if you're raised to worship men, what type of shit are you going to put up with from them? You know? So like it goes so deep, but like some things that men say about women, where to start. They tell their friends how tight you are. Like, you know how like girls will talk about how big a man is? Like, oh my God, he had a Coke bottle dick. Like, that's the type of shit that me and my friends talk about. A man who doesn't like you but slept with you anyway is going to go back to his friends and tell them that you had no walls, that you were busted out, that you were loose as fuck, because they don't understand female anatomy and they don't understand that just like how penises can come in different sizes, women's vaginas also come in different sizes, and their dick probably just didn't fit yours. And so they're going to go back and tell everybody that you were blowed the fuck out. Like to abandon women in public because that's another way of asserting power. And so my best friend is a gay man, and he talks about how anytime he's hung out with straight men, they get off on like abandoning women and leaving them standing there alone, because the more nonchalant you can act and the more you can not give a fuck about the consequences or what happens to other people, the more manly you are. Like that's what makes you a manly man under patriarchy. So my best friend would constantly stay behind with the girls that were left behind, whether it was like a girl blacked out at a party or just like a girl that was standing there talking to a bunch of guys and the guys just walked off and left her there, because he was like, he first of all, he was gay, so he wasn't trying to hit the same patriarchal markers as a lot of the other men, but also he was like, I don't see a point in being mean to this person just because they're a girl. Like that's insane. So like most of the time, like they will abandon you just to show you that they don't care, and that's a way of them telling you that they're more powerful than you. Many times have you seen a man or heard about a man or experienced a man leaving a woman behind and like walking so far ahead of her that he doesn't even notice that she's gotten an Uber and went home? They're trying to show you how much they don't give a fuck about you. They're trying to demonstrate how much they don't care and how much power they have over you just by the sake of not caring. And so when you don't pick up on it and you're like, oh, I don't know why he's doing this, like da 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 da, and you act stupid about it, you act naive, and you act like you don't know why he's doing that, he hates you even more because he's like, this stupid bitch doesn't even realize what I'm doing. What a dumbass. Like, I keep watching this video over and over again to get ready to post it, and then I think of like even more examples. It makes them feel so much more powerful if they can manipulate and talk you into sleeping with them. They don't want women who actually want to sleep with them. They want to feel like they've manipulated you into it so that they can feel like they have power over you. Because if you just consent to sleeping with them and it's just like an equal exchange, they don't want to be equal, they want to be over you. In those moments when you're being really sincere and you're like talking, or you're like talking to your man and you're just hanging out with him and you've got your head on his chest and you're pillow talking it the fuck up, he goes back and he tells his friends, yeah, I got that bitch right where I want her. And I'm telling you, I've been in those conversations where the man is like, yeah, I got that bitch right where I want her. Like she has no idea. Oh, and they will not take accountability when you guys break up, because when you guys break up, he's just gonna go and get another woman. Like they really struggle with being single because since their femininity has been ripped from them, they're really empty on the inside and they need a woman to add value and color and meaning to their lives. So when you guys break up, you're sitting there heartbroken and trying to think about where it all went wrong, and you're going to therapy and you're going on a healing journey. And meanwhile, this man is just trying to find another woman to get his dick wet. I've watched it happen multiple times. If you are a woman who has had multiple sexual partners, and it doesn't matter if you've had 2 sexual partners or if you've had 20 sexual partners or if you've had 200 sexual partners, they're going to slut shame you to their friends and to their next girlfriend. Because when I was 19 or 20, a guy was telling me that he didn't want to date his ex anymore because, and I quote, "Do you know how many motherfuckers will be able to come up to me and ask me how does my dick taste?" He felt like she had had sex with too many people, and whereas he was also fucking her, he didn't feel like she was good enough to make his girlfriend because she was too promiscuous. Mind you, he was just as promiscuous as her, if not more. But in his mind, it wasn't the fact that she was promiscuous that's the problem. It's the fact that other men would be able to make fun of him about her promiscuity. That was the issue. Do you know how many motherfuckers could come up to me and ask me how my dick tastes? Right. When they go out of their way to lie to you and manipulate you and like change your entire sense of reality, they think you're stupid for falling for it, which makes them hate you even more, mind you. So, like, if a man is like being manipulative, being abusive, whatever, and you try to love him through that, he's gonna be like, this stupid bitch. Why would she even put up with this? But I'm not gonna break up with her. I'm just gonna get worse. That's legitimately, I have had so many men tell me that I respected her less because she stayed with me. But instead of breaking up with her, I just treated her worse because like I didn't want to break up with her because they still get benefits from you because you're a woman and you're taught how to take care of other people. They still get benefits from having you around, even if they want to see you dead. And they do want to see you dead. I used to hang out with these dudes, Alex and Jeremy, if you're out there, fuck you. But I used to hang out with these dudes. And we were out one night at a bar and we were all just hanging out, just chilling. And Alex's ex-girlfriend saw him at the bar and she was like all over him. And this bitch was in a major fawn response. Oh, Alex. Oh my God, Alex, I haven't seen you in so long. Alex, do you want to come get a drink with me? She wasn't being like, even like super annoying or anything. So I didn't understand why Alex was so upset. Sorry, y'all, this smoothie, it's got chia seeds in it. It's making me burp. But I didn't even know why Alex was so upset, but he was like, oh my God, this bitch is so annoying. I hate her. Mind you, this is his ex-girlfriend. This girl doesn't seem to hate him at all because she's like trying to get his attention and she's falling all over herself, trying to get him to notice her. And mind you, he's like going out of his way to avoid her. Men hate women who want them bad. Like, I used to date this guy who was like conventionally really pretty. I'm not really into light skins. I don't even know why I dated him, but like there were a lot of people in college who had a major crush on him and they hated me because of him because they wanted to be with him. And he was that, light skin, pretty hair type, and he told me one of the reasons that he liked me is because I wasn't stunting him. Like, I wasn't paying him any mind, and he was like, that's a really good change of pace for me because most girls are falling all over me and I hate that. And so like when you show these men attention, they go back and they talk shit about you. I just want you to know that. I just want you to know that. I'm just saying act accordingly because if you treat a man as if, oh, my man, they're making fun of you. They don't like shit like that. They like women who don't want them because to them, the whole thing is the thrill of the chase and dominating another person and having power over them. It's the same reason why conservative men don't like conservative women. They think they're bird brain bitches just like we do. Or a single mom or a divorced mom and you date a dude and it doesn't work out. That man is going to go back to his friends and he's going to talk to his friends about how bad of a mom you are. And it doesn't matter. You could have done anything to make him think that. Maybe you ignored your child one time when they were being like, mommy, 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 and you were getting annoyed and you just decided to ignore them. That man's going to take that small anecdote, that small little piece of a moment and go back to his friends and talk about that bitch is such a bad mom. That's why I'm only fucking her because I can never take her seriously. She'll never be the mother of my children. That bitch, that bitch, that bitch. I'm telling you, y'all, these are conversations that I have been. One time I was friends with this dude named Chris. Chris, if you're out there, fuck you. I was friends with this dude named Chris, and we were about to go to the plug's house, but we're just sitting around talking. And Chris started talking about this girl that he had seen, I guess. I don't know if he saw her or if he knew her personally. But he was like, oh, that bitch ass was so fat. She was fine as fuck. Oh, I fucked the shit out of her. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, did you and China break up? Because I thought you were in a relationship because you're talking crazy for somebody in a relationship. He's like, no, we didn't break up. So they were still together. They had been together for maybe 5 or 6 years at that point. But I'm telling you, this is how men talk about women when you're not around, whether they're married or not. And I also used to date this other guy. It sounds like I've dated a lot of people, but really I'm talking about the same like 2 or 3 people over and over again. I used to date this other guy, and he used to tell me that because he was the youngest in his family, and he used to tell me that he thought it was so strange that all of the men in his family were constantly talking about how much they detested their wives. He was like, they hate them so bad. And they used to go on this like camping trip as a family like once a year. And he said all the camping trip is, once he finally got old enough to go, he started going with them. And he said all the camping trip is just a bunch of men sitting around talking about how much they hate their wives. When I tell you these motherfuckers hate you, they hate us. Move accordingly. What was that, like 2 years ago? There was that trend on Twitter that was like the I hate my girlfriend trend. And it's like a common thing amongst men that at some point, at a certain point, they just start hating their girlfriends. And I want you to understand that like men hating women is not because they are born hating women. Men hating women is because patriarchy teaches them that there is nothing worse in the world than femininity. You could kill somebody, you can rape somebody, you can torture somebody, you can otherwise harm another person, you can fuck the whole planet up, you can harm an animal, you can commit genocide, you can litter in the ocean, you can do all types of shits, you can participate in satanic ritual sacrifices, and you'll still be more of a man than that gay man over there, because femininity is the ultimate sin under patriarchy. And so they hate, of course they hate women. They've been taught to hate women. Everything bad in their lives is equated with being a woman, being a bitch, being a pussy. Like they hate, y'all, they hate us, they hate us. And it's so like, it's so much more serious than a lot of you are giving it credit for. You are not seeing this because you don't want to see this. You don't want to know how much they hate you because it breaks your heart, because women have never hated men as much as men hate women. And misandry is just a reaction to misogyny, mind you. Just like how not liking white people is just a reaction to racism. Nobody would dislike white people if they would mind their own motherfucking business, but they never do. Which is why people don't like white people, because they are actively harmful and have actively been harmful for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. It's the same thing with misandry. Of course, women don't like men. They literally treat us as cattle or worse, as tinder for a fire. They fuck and eat and kill our babies. Like, when I tell you guys, it goes so deep. And especially like I've been learning more and more about history, which is really fucking my head up because I'm seeing how deep this goes. They want you in chains. Do not underestimate how much these niggas hate you.
All right, let's break this down. She said no walls. That men say something about like we will shame women for saying they have no walls, and that's absolutely fabricated. I have never in my life had a discussion with any of my homeboys at any stage of my life where any guy I've ever heard say, you know, this last girl I was smashing, she had no walls. I've never heard that. So I don't know what men you're fucking talking about. It's crazy. Also, it's probably because she later on admits she's talking about conservative men. Okay, so she said we like to abandon women. It's just something that men do. Like she gave an example how like we won't even notice that the woman walking behind us caught a Uber and left. Here's a perfect example why this is bullshit. My homeboy who's married, right? He has a wife. Her and her homegirls went to a bar, right? And we're gonna meet them up later. And we got there, and the whole time we're like making sure they're good, no one's fucking with them. And at some point we're like, hey, we should leave. Because we noticed that the situation was getting kind of weird. As far as like the energy in the room is getting kind of weird. A lot of people's coming up acting like knuckleheads, and we're like, you know what? I understand you guys are having a good time, but it's gonna be unsafe to the point where like, hey, these dudes are drunk and tipsy. There's a group of dudes acting like assholes, and like we should leave before anything pops off. So where we have to, you know, fuck these dudes up because they might have crossed the line with one of the ladies that we're with. All right. So this whole thing about us abandoning women, never the case. All right. Maybe the men you dealt with, you know, the conservative men that you dealt with, because she later on admits that she's talking about conservative men for a quick second. All right. We can't take accountability for breakups. Now, that is genderless. I know men and women who take accountability for their breakups and don't take accountability for their breakups. So that's really just, throwing a shot in the dark. Now, again, that's more an experience that she might have had, but that to say that every single man acts like this is a bold-faced lie. Just a bold-faced lie. We slut shame women for no reason. For no reason. Like, I'm telling you right now, I've been around men my entire life. I don't know if you guys know, we love sluts and whores. No disrespect to women at all, but I've never heard a homeboy be like, man, I can't stand these sluts, man. She is such a whore. I can't stand. I've never fucking heard anything to that degree ever. Ever. That's fucking wild. I'm telling you right, men do not talk. I don't know what men you're fucking talking about because we don't fucking talk like that. So, again, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's just wild. You know what I mean? We hate women we can manipulate. Meaning that, like, if we can manipulate this woman, that we lose zero respect for them. First of all, I don't know any dude who likes to manipulate women. If any dude I knew acted like that, he would be 86 from the group because I don't fucking like that shit. That's fucking weird. FYI, no one in my group cheats on their women, on their girls, on their wives, whatever the fuck, girlfriend, on their wives. You know why? Because if I can't trust you because the woman you love, you can't be trusted by, like, meaning like you cheat on her, like how the fuck am I supposed to trust you? You see what I'm saying? Crazy fucking work. Crazy fucking work. Men hate women who want them. That's a motherfucking lie. Mr. Team Consent over here, motherfucking lie. I've been saying, unless I'm not her first choice, I'm not a choice, and vice versa. You know what I mean? We don't settle around here, and we definitely do not hate women who want us. I don't know what men you're talking about. At some point, she said her gay male friend said this. So maybe gay dudes you hang out with don't like the women who like them, and that makes complete fucking sense. Because women do not respect boundaries, all right? At all. I've had women sniff me, grope me up and down, and not act like that's an issue. That's SA, all right? If any man did that to a woman, they would rightfully be thrown in jail, and they should be thrown in fucking jail. Just to give you an example how I fucking feel, all right? I already said that she hates light-skinned men. She said that in a video, which is fucking weird. Like, why you literally perpetuating racism? At some point, she talks about how, like, white people are this and that, and which they are, to a degree. You know what I mean? I can't blame every single white person for the deeds of most white people, but it is what it is. Historically, I cannot dispute that. But you're over here perpetuating negative racial stereotypes based on racism. Saying you hate light-skinned men. That's fucking wild. All right, when women show men attention, it's something we hate. Like, we hate, like, getting attention from women or something like that. Like, makes no fucking sense. All right? If anything, it's flattering. All right? We don't get compliments ever. We don't get, like, hey, you look good, we never get that. You know how, like, ladies, tell me when's the last time you were just opening up your social medias, opening up your phone, and someone said, hey, you look good, you look nice. Or someone saw you and said, hey, you look good, you look nice at work. It could be a coworker, could be a friend, a family member. That happens to you all the time. That don't happen to us. So women giving us attention is fucking a cherry on top. It's a blessing. So what the fuck are you talking about? All right, and she at some point said this because we want to see women dead. Like, at this point, this motherfucker needs therapy, all right? She needs therapy. This is insane fucking work. All right, she says, we shame mothers for no reason. That's a motherfucking lie. If anything, we praise mothers for how difficult that job is. Oh, you heard that right, coming from a man. We praise women for how difficult it is to be a mother, how difficult that job is. You heard what I said, job, right? Okay, then. We hate gay men because they're feminine. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Again, this is clearly the men you hang out with. Conservative men. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because I don't know what the fuck you talk. I'm a battle rapper. I don't feel that way. I don't know any rapper that I like. Any rapper I've ever met does not feel this way. So I don't know what to tell you. We talk about wanting to fuck women while we're in a relationship. Like we see a girl and be like, oh damn, she got a fat ass, this and that. I want to blow her back. Like we don't talk like that. All right. We do not talk like that at all. Like if I see a beautiful woman, I'm like, damn. You know what I mean? But I'm not talking about like I want to do this, that, and the third. I have homeboys who are married and they'll be like, damn, that's a really attractive lady right there. Hey, bro, you should go holler at her. That's how we talk. So wild work. Let me see. I think that's it. And we call them bitches. Hey, to be fair, I call men bitches more than I've ever called a woman a bitch. All right. And last time I checked, y'all call each other bitches as a term of endearment. So I don't know what to tell you. Look, this lady clearly hates men. Oh, one last thing. Men hate their wives. Men hate their wives? Really? Every man that I know is married. Every man that I know is married. Sings the praises of their wife, how they've made their life better, how they made their house a home, how they provided them with children and taught them how to be a better man, father, etc. in life, how they're their better half. To say what she said is batshit insane. All right. This is red pill energy from women. You know, like red pill men, this is the woman version of that. This needs to stop. Seek therapy. That's it.